Welcome to the Just a Sky Show. Today's guest, we have Tomo Nogi. Welcome back. You are welcome.
Welcome you are. Welcome
you are.
I think Baby Yoda's going to speak like that in like the next few Mandalorian episodes. He's going to open his mouth and go,
Always finding something amusing. Extremely amusing. Like,
Well, that's got to be the species thing, right? That can't be just Yoda. It's got to be a whole species of
yeah. Very kind community. Very accepting. Very motivating.
I can't wait to see that episode because that's where I don't know if you've been watching The Mandalorian. I haven't seen all the episodes. I only saw season 1, but season 2 they're kind of leading towards finding where
the community
he came from. So at some point we're going to see his family.
Very profound it is.
Profound. Okay, I'm going to share you these things, and I'm going to warn you, they're a little bit gross. Yeah. So, this...
Are you sending on WhatsApp?
I'm sending you on WhatsApp.
The fuck is this?
Oh, yes. This is what I've discovered has been popping up in my cupboard. So, I've been trapping them and taking them out, and they're... I don't know. It's disgusting. So for people who are not seeing this, it's mice. I discovered there was mice in my place, and so I came back from vacation. And when I came back from vacation, my place smelled a little odd. Like, okay, I don't recognize that smell. I don't like that. And then I took a look, opened to my cutlery drawer, and in my cutlery drawer, I saw those little black pellets all over the place. I go, I don't like the look of that. And then I look around and I see in like some of the food containers around them, there's little black pellets.
Yeah.
And then I still wasn't sure what it was until I opened up and tried to pour myself some rice. So I get out the rice package and I tip it 90 degrees and the rice comes out like the middle.
Yeah.
And you look in the middle and there's bite marks where the rice have been eating right through the bag. The rice goes all over the place. Like, okay, that is definitely mice. There's only one thing that makes teeth marks in a bag like that.
He's gonna feast.
So I disinfect my entire house with like bleach and everything, and then I get a whole bunch of traps and I put them out through wherever they could possibly come from, and now I'm just catching them constantly.
You should have a cat.
Oh, man. Well, I don't think a cat would help because they're not coming out into the open. They're only in the cupboards. So the cat would have to have access to the cupboard, which would be weird.
But at some point, a mice or mouse will come out.
Yeah, but I've never seen the mouse. I've only caught the mouse, and then you see the mouse after it's been caught.
You don't see it because you're not a cat. Like cat will, decimate all these things before.
Yeah, but every now and then, in the middle of the night, I'll hear... And I know that's the sound of the rat trap. I'm like, oh shoot!
Oh shit!
Okay. Oh god damn it! It's
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of scary to think there's a little hairy thing moving around. I'm like, ugh.
So I guess that's why you should have a much more bigger hairy thing in your house.
Somehow the mouse is scary, but the cat's not scary. Yeah,
because they're not like vermin. Like they don't really carry diseases and like much. I think cats will carry some parasites, which is much. In many ways, it's actually more scarier than the disease.
I mean, why was the mouse scary at all? They're kind of cute when you look at them.
I guess that's because mouse has history of carrying disease, right, such as Black Death, which kills so many people. And I think, and they eat our food, right? Like such as rice and all that.
Yeah.
Cat wouldn't eat rice. Like they eat only like specific shit, right?
Apparently mice eat rice a lot. I didn't realize that they were really after the rice. They've been going at that thing to town.
Yeah, they eat anything they can, right? And cats eat these mouse. So the humans demand, the cats demand actually meet up there. Mouse dies, cats get happy, we become happy. That's...
I don't understand why it's scary that there's a thing in your house, though. Like, why is that? Why does that bother me? I don't even understand that. Like, if it was a cat, it wouldn't be scary.
It's similar to cockroaches. Like the implication when you having cockroach.
But cockroaches are nasty in general. Mice aren't. They're kind of cute.
If you look that way, but because you don't have it by choice. Like if you have it by choice, the mouse as a pet, then of course you decided it's cute.
Somehow it's different.
If it's uninvited, for instance, if you go home and all of a sudden there's a cat, uninvited cat, then you would be a bit scared, no?
I don't know. If it was a cat, I'm not sure I would be. Let's assume it's not a vicious cat, obviously.
Yeah.
I think the thing that you don't like about the mice is that there's poop, and the poop is all over my kitchen. I didn't like that. That's not cool.
They can potentially infect your food supply, right? But the cat,
eating the cereal or rice or whatever. That's not cool.
That affects your shit. So that's why it's gross.
Yeah.
They can be carrying some shit. That's similar to cockroach. If the cockroach is in the rice cooker, then you'll be grossed out and therefore scary. Like there's so many.
Very nasty.
I don't know if you can still keep your Yoda cool.
You know the thing that's actually scarier than the mice is the mouse trap itself. The mouse trap is scary setting that thing up. I don't know if you ever had the luxury of trying to set up a mouse trap.
Nah, never.
You have to. Yeah. Let me go grab this thing. This thing right here. This thing terrifies me. Is in order to set it up, you pull the little thing to the side.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, it's very powerful, eh?
And you wind this thing back.
Yeah.
And then you push the little nozzle on, and you put the food on this yellow thing.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready.
Scary.
But the thing is that when you're putting the cheese on, it's so sensitive that half the time it takes like 10, 20 tries to get it right. So I'm constantly scared of smacking myself with this thing because I keep doing it over and over each time I try to put the cheese on.
Why don't you hold it? Why don't you hold it while you're putting the cheese?
Well, the thing is, this thing is so flimsy that it takes like 20 tries to get it right. Oh crap! I bent the metal again. That's the other thing. Every time you always do something wrong, and then Anyway, I'm setting up this rat trap, and it's taking 20 tries, and I can see my adrenaline and heart racing. By the time I'm done with this thing, I'm just in a cold sweat of setting up a piece of cheese on a mouse trap.
Can't you put it like not on top of the yellow thing, but behind the yellow thing, so the mouse will come nearby it anyway. And then
well, the thing is, you want the mouse to touch it.
Yeah, the mouse will touch.
You want the mouse to jiggle it.
Yeah, but the mouse will come. It's hard to describe this. Can I share the screen? Okay, I'm gonna share the screen to show you. So, okay, now do you see me at all? Like,
I see a girl who's dancing. Yeah, and she looks a little bit familiar.
It's from a movie Anon. But anyway.
Is that the spy one by the director Luc Besson? She's not a spy, is she?
It has on Clive Owen.
No, this is different.
Okay, so anyway, do you see yourself? I'm sharing Zoom screen, but
yeah.
Okay, you see yourself?
Yeah.
You see a mouse? You see mouse moving?
I see a mouse.
Computer.
I get it.
Okay. So lift up the thing, the mouse trapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So go a bit farther. Yeah. So this is where you put your food, right?
On his neck?
Yeah, right?
Okay.
Okay, no, I mean, I'm asking you, is this where you put the piece of cheese, for instance? And then,
do I put the piece of cheese on a black guy?
Or like behind, like here? The mouse will come like like this way, and then
I don't understand. What are we talking about here? Why are we putting food on black people? What?
No, I'm talking about. So the idea is that if you put food on top of the yellow thing, the mouse will come in and snap, right?
Yeah.
But it's difficult for you to do it because it's so sensitive, right?
It's usually because there's something wrong with the trap. It's like
Oh, okay.
sometimes it's slightly the metal's slightly bent, like what I just did while I was showing you. You bend the metal a little bit, and then it doesn't work very well afterwards.
Yeah.
Usually, since I do it wrong a few times, that it keeps getting more and more deformed the more I try to do it.
I think you should have a cat. You know, you are in the lockdown. You are single, I think, and you say you have dysfunctional people. You should have a cat. Have some company. Rescue some cat.
I mean, maybe what I should do is trap the mouse but not kill it, and then I'll have a pet mouse.
Maybe then that sounds like it's gonna attract more mouses. So
that's a good point.
How about cat? If you have a cat, they would not come nearby, right? Whereas these dead mouse wouldn't really scare these mouses for some reason. For instance, when it was a long time ago. We had a big house in countryside. It's not my house. It was a house that belonged to my great auntie, and she lived by herself. She died. She passed away when she was 98.
Okay.
And very, very. We are like, yeah, good job, auntie. But
good job for making it that long.
big old house, and my grandma would visit her sometimes. She doesn't really. My great auntie doesn't really give shit about many things. She doesn't really clean up shit. She eats whatever she has.
That's whatever she was.
Not the mouse though. When my grandma visited her, she discovered that there's a pile of dead mouse. Like one dies and then another come on top of it and then starts eating and then dies and then can you imagine?
God.
What?
Pile of cannibals.
Yeah, and you know how you don't wash your face sometimes, and so these kind of like little shit comes to your like nearby your eyes,
Well, I don't normally touch a pile of mice before I touch my eyes. No.
No. It's two different things. Two separate.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes you wash your face, yeah.
Or you don't wash your face, and some shit was covering one of her eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, like this. And she was complaining, I can't see much. My grandma was like, yeah, of course you can. Your eye is covered with some shit. But you don't wash your fucking face. Oh my God. God help her. And yeah, she cleaned up. After that, she cleaned up. And then
that is nasty.
Better, but
that is disgusting.
That's some shithole. It's very crazy. Extremely crazy.
Seems odd to me that animals don't seem to care about eating their own kind, and yet we make a big deal about it.
Because we get disease, right?
Don't the animals get the disease from eating themselves?
Yeah, they die. Yeah. I mean, the example was there. They die.
I mean, we could cook it. You could cook yourself. Cook the.
But still, you die. Still, you get disease, right?
I don't know. I thought it was just the brain that causes disease. If you don't eat the brain, I think it's all right, disease-wise.
Yeah, you're welcome to try.
No. I think I'll pass on that. But.
Exactly. That's the point. Like, why take the risk while you have other options, right?
Yeah. But if you took those options away, maybe it's not such a big deal. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when you take off the options, then you really have no choice but to eat it, to eat other humans.
When I went to Japan, I remember one thing that was very odd to me is that you have hundreds of flavors of ice cream, and they're not like Western flavors.
Really?
Yeah. You have like octopus flavored ice cream and like shark flavored ice cream.
I think you're being delusional.
Snake flavored. No, I remember that was when I came to Japan, I went to this mall and it had an ice cream store that was like 1,000 flavors of ice cream. And they were all like not Well, I mean, they had the regular, but they also had the really odd ones.
See, they had regular Western flavor. You said
Yeah,
you
but
did Western flavor.
But they had the other ones too.
Judge. Oh my god, misstatement. maybe, yeah. I think on top of the Western flavor thing, I guess they have some weird shit, which I haven't really seen much recently. But I wouldn't be surprised if they have it. Very unique.
Remember that? I really wanted to try it. I was too chicken. Right. Like, ooh, what does snake flavor taste like? I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, it's funny, right? If they have it. But it's funny because we don't have snake in general as a food, but we have it in ice cream. That's gonna be.
I don't even understand how they would make that. How would you make something taste like snake flavor? Like you get the essence of snake and like, well, this is almost snake flavor. You have to test like hundreds of snakes to get it right.
Snake paste, yeah.
Unless they use actual snake. That doesn't make it any better though.
Yeah. I would like to try snake though at some point.
Yeah, I bet it's probably good. Probably like
a bit chunky.
Well, you can get eel. I think you can go into like a Chinese grocery store and get some eel.
I hate eels. It's fucking disgusting.
It's probably the same thing as snake. Probably similar, no?
Yeah, it depends. Oh, no, I had snake. Yeah, I remember. I had snake in Vietnam.
Oh.
It was right. It depends on how they cook. No, I'm so sorry. I just lied. I had eel in Vietnam. It was good.
It was good.
It was good. Yeah, but the way they cook is really different. In Japan, China, I think, we have the different sauce. But in Vietnam, it was in soup. That was all right. It was eatable. But many people love.
Is this similar to anything else? Is there anything that is like? Or is it unlike anything I've tried?
Eel?
Yeah. Does it resemble anything? Squid or?
No. I think squids are better. Squid, octopus, they are much better. And the texture is like fish. Like, because eels are fish. It's more like a white fish texture.
I guess you're right. Yeah. Doesn't look like it would be, but
you don't really. I guess you eat skin too. I don't mind skin, but it's really fatty, like inside.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. No, I can't really imagine what that would be like. It's just fat and then a little bit of fish.
Disgusting.
I don't know. I have it on my bucket list to eat a whole bunch of really exotic things. Like I want to try cooked insects at some point. Like actually done right.
Oh, yeah?
Like the way it's supposed to be done, whatever that means.
Yeah, just overheat it. Yeah, deep fry it. I think that's the safest way.
But if you're deep frying, that's not really... When you deep fry anything, you're just eating the deep fry. You don't really care about what the thing is you're eating. Right? No?
No, you deep fry it and the inside is still there.
It's just the batter, though. I mean, the original taste is irrelevant. You're like, whatever. There's something in there.
Then you might have to stir fry it.
I remember there was a big deal of eating deep fried Mars bars. That was kind of a big thing around here for a while.
How about barbecue it? You just put the
barbecue?
Stick in barbecue.
You just melt it.
No. Maybe right. It depends on how much you cook. But yeah, if you overcook it, it's gonna melt. But anyhow, yeah. Are you? Is it difficult to date anyone as of this moment?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't even tried anymore. Like the thing is, you got lockdown, so it's like,
yeah.
If you could, it would be all online stuff. It would be all apps, and then if you were to meet them, and assuming you were to meet them, the kind of person who's going to meet you is going to be a little odd as well. Like, why would they meet you if everyone's telling you you're going to get fined if you meet people? Like, that kind of person who's willing to meet you is probably not the right person.
Yeah. Probably not. Same time. Doesn't it get really like what do you do then every day? You see you have work.
Yeah, actually, well, yeah, I mean, I have my day job as always, but lately I've been getting into Cinema 4D. I don't know if you know what that is. Cinema 4D, it's this animation software.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this thing is the jam. This thing is great. I found out, I've been looking into this for a little while now. For at least about 6 months, I've been looking into it. But now lately, I've stumbled across this thing called Grayscale Gorilla, and it's this online website that has tutorials by professionals who teach you how to use the software. And I signed up for a year's membership, and I'm just going through them bit by bit, and the stuff is crazy. Like they made Iron Man and they made Guardians of the Galaxy parts of it using Cinema 4D. So you can make anything if you actually know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's cool. That's a new skill. That's a great skill to have.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having fun with it. After whenever I'm done work, I'm like, I can't wait to start these tutorials. I can't wait. Can't wait till I finish work. I'm gonna get doing Cinema 4D again.
Nice. How much is it? Cinema 4D?
Yeah, I don't know. Try it out, maybe.
Like 800-ish, I think. Last time I checked, it's quite a fortune.
But yeah, it's not cheap.
But what you can do with it is amazing.
Yeah, what you can do is amazing. It looks like it's, on one hand, it looks really complicated, but then you find the right tutorials and then it's okay. But it took me a long time to figure out where's the actual useful tutorials.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I just didn't know where to find them. And YouTube is okay, but it's frustrating on YouTube, especially with something this complicated.
Yeah.
It's not really something you can learn in book format because it's a software. You don't want to learn it through a book. And a lot of the stuff on YouTube is a decade or 2 decades old.
Yeah.
And like, that's no good. I want the new stuff because that's the stuff the newest software. So
yeah.
Then I found the thing now, and Grayscale Gorilla seems to be pretty good. I don't know. I want to use it for a whole bunch of things. I want to use it for like videos making. Whenever I'm making like music videos and stuff, I can use it for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool. When we eventually get around to making the app, the Look app, I need to have some visuals, right?
Yeah.
So I need something to make all the stuff actually look like something. So I'm going to need some kind of animation to do that. So it's relevant for that too.
Yeah, please make the app for that section, the choice making app.
Well, I mean, most of the app is visuals. So this is kind of the thing I had to learn before I can make the app.
Yeah, please.
Otherwise, what is the app? It's just a yes or no. That's all it is. It's all about what you see. Nothing else is relevant.
I think you can make the choice making app relatively sooner. I think you be able to do that.
You can make the app, but the whole app's the visuals. So I need to learn how to animate before I can make the visuals.
But even that visual seems to be rather straightforward.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm still beginning at this Cinema 4D stuff, so
please.
I gotta come back to you in a few months when I actually got my head wrapped around what you can do and what you can't do easily. There's a guy called Beeple, and I don't know, maybe you'd be interested in this kind of crap. Beeple is, let me find him on Instagram for you. Beeple.
Is he the guy who makes a bunch of like weird stuff?
Oh, you actually know who he is?
Yeah, you show me. Yeah.
I showed you Beeple?
Yeah, he's amazing.
All right, I'm gonna share this again. So Beeple is this guy who uses Cinema 4D, and he makes an image of video or some kind of creation every single day. And he's done it for 13 years straight. He's made something. And he posted it on Instagram. I showed you the link in the Zoom. For people who are listening, go to Instagram and type in Beeple crap.
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah,
Essentially, he was like, this is how I'm going to get good at a thing that I'm not yet good at. I'm going to just make something every day. And after 13 years, he posted something on Instagram. And obviously, after a decade of doing something, you get really, really good at it. So now he's making like animations for like Skrillex and Zed and Deadmau5 or whoever. And the animations are all completely ridiculous, preposterous, off the wall, whatever dream haze date.
Yeah. Skill behind it.
Yeah, but the sensors are like, oh, so this is what happens if you stick at this software for 13 years. Okay, better. So at least you can see where you're heading, in theory.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. Very fun to see. The ideas he has is also very entertaining.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think of the idea of doing an everyday? I think that's the concept that they use is making a thing. Doesn't matter what the thing or what the media is, but making a thing every day.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I've done once with FlexPoint security. It's almost everyday thing, right? Like every day you post something, you take photo, you edit video one day. It's a hard thing to do, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like running or physical exercise, you do it every day, right? Like it becomes your routine.
Yeah. If you do workout every day, you get ripped after like a month or two. If you were to actually consistently do it every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's kind of what the weight loss challenges are when you see those on TV. You see a guy who's like, I'm 500 pounds. And then 6 months later, I'm now thin, but I have lots of excess skin. And then, oh, you can see what I did every day. Here's my time lapse.
Yeah. It's amazing if you can do it. It's a commitment, right? It's a discipline. It becomes almost like subconscious thing. But I guess generally you feel better about it, I guess. I don't know.
I like the idea of, I don't know how well it works for some skill sets. I think it works really good for art, visual art. I'm not sure how well it works for other things. Like if you were to make a video every day, I don't know how realistic that would be. Like, is that even, if you were to make a video every day and post it on YouTube every single day and try to.
What, right? Yeah. I guess naturally you would get bored if you keep repeating the same stuff. So you would start looking for something different, right? Like within that context of making video, but at the same time you want to do something different within that area. And therefore you might get better about that, or your portfolio might get more diverse if you keep doing it.
Well, the thing is, a lot of things take more than one day to do. Like, I think it's okay for art. You can actually churn something out. I don't think you can do that for video or for music every day.
That's why it's also difficult, right? Like you have to do it within a day to make something that you think presentable to other people. And that takes time. That's the commitment. But if you do that every day, of course you're gonna get better, right? You know, that's why doing it every day, or I guess it's kind of more like consistency, right? Like if you keep doing it, then it's gonna give you lots of benefit to it.
Like he's not the people guys. He's not the only guy doing it. There's a whole bunch of people. A lot of people on Instagram are trying to follow this thing because it's, I don't know, it's what hip or whatever. But I guess it forces you to generate a lot of content. And that content helps you with social media because social media only cares about regular, like that's the algorithm's got to help you out if you post something every day. So working with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess it works well for like maybe Vines. You're making like a joke every day. That would be okay.
Like TikTok videos. Just because they post it every day doesn't mean they're doing it every day, right? They might be making it like 7 contents a day, and then you post it
like Yeah, but that doesn't really feel like you're developing a skill so much, though, does it? That's more
either way. Yeah, sure, but either way, you are doing it, right?
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's just the doing. It doesn't matter what the thing is.
You gotta keep doing it. Otherwise, you don't. It's very basic thing, but you don't get better by not doing it.
Tomo, so stupid.
I remember in university there was this article I was reading, and it's about this guy who said every day I'm gonna. I guess he made this bucket list of like 100 items or 1,000 items, and he's like every day I'm gonna do one item on this list.
Cool.
And then he made a blog, and I don't know if it was successful or not, but the idea was kind of fun. Like, this day I did axe throwing. I learned how to throw an axe. The next day I learned how to tie a knot. And the next day I learned how to do makeup or something. Like, but I'm not sure if you actually get good at something, if you only did it once, though, that's the problem.
No, you gotta keep coming back to it.
Yeah, it's got to be something you do over and over. You don't get the niche learning.
It's kind of different topic, but when I was talking to my family 2 nights ago, I think, we had this conversation that you are going to. It's basically about occupation, choice of occupation.
Sure.
And I mean, we do whatever we want, me and you. We kind of make money out of it, so it's good. But some people don't know what they want to do with their life, or sometimes I don't know what I actually want to do with my life. There's a big abstract question. There's a boat or a ship that everyone wants to get in, and only
Titanic.
Titanic. Let's say Titanic. We know that it's nothing, but we wanna get in there, and there's only one condition: you need to have one job.
Ooh.
And the question is, what kind of job do you think it is that you have to have in order to get into the boat or to the ship? And
like, what would that job be if you couldn't do anything else for the rest of your life?
probably, I mean, there's no it's up to your interpretation. And then what's the job do you think you will have, or you need to have in order to get into the boat? And in my case, yeah, what do you think? In my case, it was like photography and videography at the moment. But, the answer is anything. Like, basically, any job you have, you can get in. You just have, like, for example, painter. You can still get into the boat. And if you're good at it, people buy it, right? You can make a living out of it. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's pretty sweet.
Okay.
It's a very open-ending question. Now I kept developing that, and like, it can be anything. That job part isn't like it's an X, so it can be like, what kind of hobby you think you need to have to get into the board, or what kind of, like, where would you need to have a destination of the country where you want to live in your idea in order to get into the boat. It's just that we know the boat is going to sink. I mean, we all know that it's gonna average years 100 years maximum, almost. But boat is going to sink down, and we cannot. Only thing we cannot do is we cannot get into another boat. But your child can get into the next boat if you have.
It's abstracting life and turning it to a boat format.
Yeah, something like that. I like the idea of you can do. Also, the question sounds like you need to have a job, but at the same time, it's very much up to you. Whatever job you have, it's up to your interest and passion. I'm like, oh, that's sweet.
So you picked photography for that, right?
Probably, yeah. At the moment, yeah. That might very much change.
Well, once you're on, you can't change it though.
No. The question didn't say I cannot change it.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't say you can. It doesn't also say you can change it. It doesn't guarantee anything, right?
No. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like they're just trying to create a metaphor for purpose.
Sure, exactly. So I guess
what do you want your purpose to be, kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess that question was used to educate some kids in America, I think, in elementary school, I think, just to have some discussion, I guess.
Yeah. Did they say what the purpose was at the end? Like, was there a lesson that they were supposed to be giving?
Yeah. So, like I said, so basically, like, the choice is up to you. You don't have to be trapped in an idea that you need to have. Someone has to tell you what to do, I guess. Kids, follow your passion, something like that. It's very American way to educate, because they came with boat, right? They were boat people before. And, that's an amazing thing, right? It's very motivational. But the same
thing is, when you ask that to kids in kindergarten, they probably only know maybe a few jobs. They don't know that many.
Yeah. It's fine. You can ask this question to anyone at any stage of their life, right?
I went through my when I went back home and saw my family, I went and got through all the school documents that I'd done when I was growing up, and I found out a whole bunch of personality tests.
Oh yeah,
that I'd done at different ages. So like I had one in high school, and then I had one in like university. And so I was looking through the answers of like it tells you what the question was, it tells you what your answer was, and then it recommends jobs. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, oh, the funny thing is like I don't do what I wrote in any of these personality tests. Like in high school, they said I was going to be, I think it was like a manager of some kind of bureaucracy. Like that was my destiny.
That's your fate.
And then, it was like, your job is to be a salesman. That is your career. And then like, university, I think it was something like, there's something still similar to that. It's like, you would be really good if you were an accountant or something like that. And like, I don't do that at all. I don't want to do that. But it was kind of odd that the things that it thinks you should do are definitely not the things that I ended up will want to do nowadays.
For sure, yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's all right. Yeah.
What was like, what, I don't know. I had all these, because of those tests, it's like, oh, I definitely should keep heading in this direction because this is what I'm good at. This is what it says I'm good at. And this is what I'm going to do. This is my purpose.
Yeah.
And then later you're like, I don't know. That wasn't the purpose. What the hell was I thinking? Why would I want to do that?
Sometimes your purpose changes, right? It doesn't have to be only one, or like, it's rather silly, I think, if you keep sticking to one purpose from like a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it made more sense before the age of internet.
Maybe.
But now it's just like you can do a bunch of things. You can change career paths, and it's not the end of the world anymore.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Like I think that's kind of an old time mindset now, that you have a purpose and you are going to stick with that, and that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life.
I guess the form of lifestyle and form of like employment style were a bit different back then too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you did what your previous generation did. That was like that you would inherit your dad's job or your mom's job. You would inherit the family business.
It has good side and bad side, and a good side is basically it's kind of really secured, and it provides you good security. I think that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily find bad side from it. Although I said there's a good side and bad side, but I don't see it as a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
The just thing is like my dad had many different jobs, so I don't know which one to follow anyway. So it's different. It's just different, right?
You came from a family where your parents did a whole bunch of different things, so.
But like at the same time, some of my friends, yes, follow their parents' occupation, but most of my friends don't follow that. And they will choose whatever job they have, and they tend to stick with it because why quit if they're satisfied with it.
It's also a part where you get successful at it. And you're like, well, if I leave, I'm not going to be doing something that I'm not yet good at.
Yeah, and also like you keep, again, it might be some of the part where we talked before. Like you keep doing it, you get better at it, right? Why discard the near perfection? Like,
It's really hard to change career paths if you don't have a safety net, though.
Exactly, yeah. And
that's the tricky thing.
Yeah, and why would you want to change it? Like something that you already really mastered,
Yeah, especially once you're good at something, and then you find out, oh, I don't like it. That's gotta be hard.
And generally, you spend 10 years or something to get better, and then by that time, you have maybe family, wife, kids, and then
you have responsibilities.
Yeah, if it's only you, then you might change it very much.
Yeah, it's easy to do it if you're single. It's hard to do it when you're not single.
And, I'm single, so I keep changing shit. Because at the moment, the priority is no one but me, right?
It's not a big deal. You can fail and it's okay. If no one's going to suffer because you fail.
No one really suffers. someone might be disappointed, but not suffering, right?
I mean, really, the only one who matters, who has any repercussions, is you.
Yeah.
Really not going to affect anyone else.
Yeah, my parents might be disappointed if I starve to death at some point, but it's not gonna suffer them, like financially, especially. They're very dependent. Emotionally speaking, they will be devastated, I think. But but that's not really a
Well, I didn't mean die.
for instance, right? For instance, yeah.
Yeah.
But if I have family, obviously, and if I'm dad, then if I die, then they go a bit suffer.
Is there a amount of money where you're like, okay, I'll do this job that I don't like if you got paid this amount of money?
Probably, yeah.
And like, what's a job that you're like, I would never want to do that job?
Cleaning.
Cleaning what?
Public washrooms.
Okay. So if you had to do cleaning washrooms, you would hate yourself every day?
Yeah. I would like that period to be as short as possible.
Okay. Now, how much money would you change your mind? How much money would you have to get paid?
It wouldn't change my mind. As soon as I hit the financial purpose, then I would quit. And
No, you can't quit though. You can get whatever amount of money you want, but you still have to do this.
Oh, I have to do it every day.
Yeah. You still got to do this sucky job that you don't want to do. But you get paid whatever number of money you want to get paid, but you still have to do this 8 hours a day.
But I cannot hire someone else to do.
You can hire someone, but you're still doing it too.
Oh.
They can do it with you.
That might be fun, yeah. I guess like $1 billion.
$1 billion
per hour.
$1 billion an hour. In 1 hour, you're like, I can buy a company.
I'm gonna work a day. Not a day, like 1 hour a day. Then the rest of my day, I would spend time on movie making, and with that budget.
The genie wish. Oh, by the way, did you see Wonder Woman 1984 or 1884? Oh, I can't spoil it for you. Then it's related to this though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's related to this conversation. Ah, crap. All right, I won't mention it.
Is it good?
I enjoyed it. My dad hated it, but I loved it. I mean, I don't know. Take what you want out of that.
I've watched the Alice in, what was it?
What?
Was it Alice in Tokyo? Was it Alice in Wonderland? No, the one you mentioned.
Oh, Alice in Borderland.
Yeah, I watched the half of episode 1. I haven't had chance to watch further.
Oh, so you don't know what happens yet? Oh, you still have no idea.
I know some idea, but I haven't.
No, you don't know. Nothing happens in the first half. You got to see, I think, at least a full episode. Maybe even 2 episodes to know what's going on.
Understood.
Yeah, you don't know yet.
Yeah, that's about it. I haven't really been to many cinemas yet. Many movies to watch recently.
I just, the other day, I binge watched a show called Disenchanted. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I've heard of it, yeah.
I quite like that show. That show's fun for me. It's like, it's made by the same people who made The Simpsons and Futurama.
Oh, yeah, it looks good. Yeah,
and the characters are obviously made by a similar style.
Yeah.
But it's different in that the episodes are not single episodes. They do continue from one to the next. There's actually a story that goes throughout. It's also quite dark.
Looks dark, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like a kid's show when you watch it, and then some things happen and it's funny and you laugh about it. But if you think about it, you're like, whoa, this was horrible. Just don't think about it too much. Yeah. Like really terrible things happen to people. You just have to laugh about it because it was done in a funny way.
Have you, it's a different topic, but have you felt like you are becoming someone's transportation method or food supply? So what I meant by that is it's kind of guys thing, not guys thing only, but like some say for example some girls ask you out and you pay for food but you provide transportation. and then that's it. Like she goes home. And
Yeah, I've had dates like that.
now I feel like I become someone's accommodation recently. So classic speaking, food or car, these two things are these big two major pillars, right? And the third option is the accommodation. And I feel which is worst. I think it's the worst. I think it's the ultimate friend zone move. Like you become someone's accommodation, and then that's pretty much it.
So they come to you and you like them.
I know, yeah, but at the same time, they like, yeah, can I stay over? Then yeah, sure. And like they always whenever they ask you, they always have like a terrible story, like oh my roommate is shit, or like oh I'm depressed, and like if that would kind of make you feel like if you make a move, you would feel like betraying their trust, kind of like they have nowhere to go. Like,
Oh no!
What do I do?
Oh no!
But they are often attractive people.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck.
that is brutal. I actually know that situation. Not happening to me, but I know a person who used to do that. She would stay at other people's places all the time.
Oh, really or not?
Just whenever she wanted. She was like, I just got to go to this person's house. I'm going to go to this person's house.
Good for her. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, she could pull it off. So I guess she didn't. And she did it so much that she didn't seem to think a big deal of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably not a big deal. I'm just making it sound like it's a big deal, but like, you know.
I think it's one of those things where it depends on how it's affecting you.
Sure, yeah.
Like it doesn't really matter what they're doing, but how is it affecting you? And I think that's the important part.
Yeah. So the story, I guess, goes back to before New Year Eve, much more earlier than that. I met someone on Tinder, and we had nice, okay conversation. She was all right. She works for art gallery, and I had some interest in that field, right? And so we had some conversation. It was all right, and nothing much. And after that, I met someone from my previous workplace, and we are like almost like best buddies, and we have so much fun. Like so much fun. I guess it's like almost like a soulmate thing. And I go, fuck. I can't begin. I can't think to find someone and start building this kind of relationship.
Oh, wow. One of those.
Yeah, it's so hard and takes so much time to build this much relationship. Has it ever happened? Like, have we ever had someone like that? Like, just someone so much fun. And
I've had a few people. I mean, I think you're one of those people. When I'm with you, I have a fantastic time with you. I don't think it really matters what the thing is. No, I think there's definitely 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
Usually there's a few at each point at any given stage. There's always a few of them.
That's good. And I thought that was only it. Like for a long time, I've known her for 3 or 4 years, I think. And when I met her after the Tinder thing, something changed in my heart. Something started more like grooming.
Wait, you met the same person that you already knew on Tinder?
No. So there are 2 girls.
Oh, there's 2 different people. Oh, okay.
2 different people. One is on the same day though. So on the first half of the day, I met someone on Tinder for the first time. It was all right, just general conversation. We had lunch and we had talk, and then we just said goodbye.
Yeah,
nothing more. Not that I hate her or anything. If she asks me, then yes, I'll go out with her, but not much. And the second half, I'm not a douche. But for the second half of the day, I met someone who I've known for 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And I used to think that she's just my friend, and I used to see her as just a friend. But maybe because of that gap or something. That emotional amount of entertainment. I don't know.
This one was so lame, and this one was so good.
Yeah, and also I guess like we haven't met face to face for a long time. Because I was in Canada.
Yeah.
You know, I guess she's become more beautiful and all. Like, oh, and yeah, so I started finding her very attractive in many ways. I thought, fuck, what's going on? I'm in love. Shit. Oh, damn, son. And
You still have the chemistry? Is it still there?
so I'm getting there. So, but we have fun, right? So we met a few times after that, and towards the New Year's Eve, she goes, "Oh, like I usually go to my brother's house to spend time with my family, but because of this COVID, I cannot really travel too far because her brother lives very, very far away.
Yeah.
Very far away in Japan." I'm like, okay, well, you wanna like come over to my place? My family is here, and we usually have fun. I think it's good to have fun, right? And she came over, and it was very much fun. Around 3 a.m., everyone was going to bed, and I was also going to bed. But we were still hanging out in my room, and I'm like, now I'm feeling a bit. Happy New Year!
Averages. Beautiful women in my room. She is.
But this is 2021. You gotta ask first. So, right? Like, yeah, everything has to be consensual. Not that I don't want to make it consensual. It has to be. I like it to be a consensual. So, but we are friends, right? We are friends.
Do you want to break the friend zone?
Yeah, I want to break it, but at the same time, does she want to break it? I don't know. So, the softest approach. So we are on the ground because we sleep on the floor in Japan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Especially, so we are like watching a laptop while on the ground, which is pretty cool. And I'm like, 3 a.m. I'm like, would it be alright, or would it be rather weird if I like hold your hand? And she goes, yeah, no, don't do that, definitely.
Well, that was pretty direct.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay, sorry. And I was like staying there for a while, and then like she goes like, hey, would you like would you stay here for good? I'm like, for good as in my room with her, because the deal was that she gets my room and I sleep in the living room. Like, yeah, I go out. Sorry, happy year, by the way. Not that awkward, not that hostile. It's just like, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's I left. Next morning, we went out again. So next morning, she goes, "Hey, happy New Year. We had lunch, we had breakfast, and yeah, you want to go out? Yeah, let's go out." So we went out around, and she was going to her home. But before she went to her house, she went home. We went around in Tokyo, a very romantic night, very romantic places. And here I go again. Because we are having so much fun. Right?
Haven't learned your lesson yet.
Yeah. Hey, do you do you hold hands? Like she goes, yeah. Then this time she didn't go, yeah, no. And she was like, yeah, no, like much more like fun way. And like, okay, that's fine. And we had dinner and then we went home. Very soft touch, soft approach rather. A few days later we met up again. This time I didn't say anything. I mean I talked, but I didn't make any move or anything. No approach. So, and it was fun, just as fun as like before. I didn't say much, but it was fun. I said, and she goes, "Yeah, well, New Year Eve was much fun, but next day was also much fun, right?" So maybe I didn't make a bad move then. Maybe maybe I'm planting the seed. I don't know. Then
You were subtle enough that no damage was done.
Yeah, but I think rather the seed is planted. Maybe.
Put up enough seeds, sprinkle them around a little bit here and there.
Or growing. And then we were gonna meet up next weekend, but now we are in the state of emergency, so we cannot really meet up anymore. So I hate COVID. Officially hate COVID.
It's ruining things.
Before this, I was like, yeah, COVID is fine. But now I really actually
Yeah, now there's problems. Yeah.
So we are messaging almost every day, but like, so since that previous weekend, she said she's gonna get busy because she has some tests that she has to take towards the end of the month. So I don't know. We've been not communicating much recently, so I guess it's good to have break or whatever. And
well, you've had break for years now, and now you get reunited. I think you had a long enough break.
Break. I had to wait. I had to be patient.
Timing was always wrong.
Yeah, but it's a good start of the year, I think. At least you make a move and you start the year. I think that's a good resolution.
Resolution is. Yeah. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
No.
No, you don't do that. You don't do those things, huh?
No. I made up some financial goal that Felix has asked me to make, but apart from that, not much, I guess.
No, that's different.
Chase some people.
Your goal is to get this many subscribers onto the Instagram account. That is the New Year's resolution.
To have as many sexual subscribers as possible. Not many, but at least one. So during this break that I'm given, I don't know if break or not. It might be very much just end of it. I don't know, because that's the risk of making a move. Right? We might just end the friendship. Who knows? But I started talking to someone from a long time ago in New Zealand, which I don't really see the point, but it's also good to have. We used to have a thing, and that when that ended, we didn't talk for 5 years or something, and then we started talking again recently. Very distant thing. It's good to reopen the friendship, I think.
It seems to be, it's very hard to stay friends after a breakup or after some kind of awkward interaction for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that is. Because you still have all the build up before that one conversation.
Yeah.
It was all good until that moment, and somehow you can't go back to that.
Because I think guys' mentality change, right? Like you wanna really before then, guy is generally okay with just talking, and then at some point, guy wants to have sex, and then that is very different. That is really unacceptable to her. That I think that puts some sort of fear to girls. I think not that the guy would go like aggressive.
But I don't understand why it is that when you have a guy and a girl and they're good friends, they're not attracted to each other when they start.
Yeah,
and they're friends for years even. Then they start to date. Then they have some kind of awkward breakup, and now suddenly they can't go back to that friend state somehow.
Yeah. But I think
why is that?
I think that's because people don't generally develop or de-develop their emotional stage at the same speed with one another, no?
Well, I think that might be a factor when you're young, like in junior high or high school, when girls are maturing faster than guys are. But I don't think that applies when you're adults.
Develop as in like guys. I think in general, if especially it's like a long-term friendship thing, I think let's say a guy changes his mind or his feeling, not by his choice, but something happens, right? And then that's the thing. Like it's not really controllable, these emotional things. Like you can set up the status differently, but in your mind, it's different, right? In your heart, it's different. Like a guy, and then let's say a girl says, "Oh, let's become friends." At that point, her mind is already moving towards being friends again. Guy takes more time to adjust that. another week is possible. Guy goes, okay, let's be friends again. That moment, guy is already made up the mind. The girl needs time to adjust that. That adjustment usually takes like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years.
Yeah, that's true. It does take years, doesn't it? It doesn't just change this overnight.
Yeah, because you need to find someone else to be really get over in general, no? Like that takes some time.
Yeah, it seems the best, or no, not the best, but the fastest way to get over is to meet someone new.
Either.
And if you can't meet someone new, then it's pretty, you gotta wait longer. It takes a long time.
Yeah, you're like kind of garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, oh no, go to bed.
Yeah.
Every time you see any item in your house that you did something with the person,
yeah, because it's like again long-term friendship thing. So you've exchanged so much part of your life.
There's an episode of Rick and Morty. I don't know. Are you a fan of this show, Rick and Morty?
No.
You don't even know what the show is? Okay. How can I explain this without explaining it? Okay, so there's one episode, and the concept is aliens invent an app. And it's an app on the phone, and it's a dating app. And what the app does is it helps you find your soulmate.
Oh.
So you can go on it, and it says, your soulmate is approximately 5 kilometers north of you. And then you can just follow it, and you'll meet your soulmate. And it actually is your soulmate for the purpose of this episode. So people start finding their soulmate all of a sudden. And what the app does is it turns out that there's more than one soulmate. So there's like hundreds of soulmates. It could be a lot of different people. So it's like really abundant, and finding true love all of a sudden is really, really, really easy to find it. And the problem is it's too easy. So people find the soulmate like, oh, well, you're good, but my soulmate's also over there, and I really like him too. Then they go to that one. Oh no, well, this one, I like this one. I want to go to this one. Then they keep switching because it's so easy to find your soulmate, because it used to be so hard, and now it's too easy.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like,
yeah, they completely swap it around, because normally it's like really hard to find someone, and then they come up. The concept of this episode is it's really easy to find someone. What is that? What would that world be like?
Sorry, I gotta go now, and let's do this again with Pavel.